Hi everyone, we're doing an any percent run of Banjo-Tooie. This is, we just finished up Jolly Roger's Lagoon. We have 2 more worlds left to go to before the final. And we're going to Pine Grove right now to beat the crap out of some minion that's just sitting there. We will go to Glitter Gulch Mine in this part probably, because you actually need to go to Grunty's Industries to hit the train switch, and then to get into Grunty's Industries you actually need to, you need to use the train. So you need to go back to Glitter Gulch Mine to use the train. I didn't mean to use that. God damn it. I really wish I had infinite eggs for this too. I probably should have put that in, but whatever. I mean, infinite eggs in the run that I watched aren't allowed. Mind you, Honey King isn't allowed, but I can't do it without Honey King because air and such. And it's like very, very like frame perfect as to whether or not you die in Jolly Rogers. It's ridiculous. Because you have exactly enough air to get to the warp. Oh yeah, I can skip this. You have exactly enough air to get to the warp in Atlantis, in Jolly Rogers, but you don't really have enough for more. I hate this form because I suck at it. Half the time I'll do this and miss Klungo. Also, this is where you have to start like trying to fake him out a little bit. I mean, not in this run obviously because you're Super Banjo and Super Banjo doesn't need friends. There we go, ice eggs right by the door. I'm not like right next to it. If you do this properly, Klungo can actually push you into the loading zone, but it's very, very exact placement that you have to have, and it speeds up. It saves about like 10 seconds. I'm sort of out of the way, but whatever. I'm pretty close to the door, so that's fine. But yeah, basically I'm just going to be using a bunch of tricks that I found in a speed run, such as getting notes, which is sometimes difficult. Actually, you know, I'm going to go through Glitter Gulch Mine the regular way that I do it, because I think that would probably be the best, to not screw up the world that I know the least well. Because there's 20 notes in some area that I don't know how to get to other than just like going by the treble clef. There's 15 though that I can skip in Pterodactyl Land. There's 10 there. And hopefully I should have 380 going into Pterodactyl Land. Yeah, I will. Okay, that's good. Because last time I had 360, and that was exactly enough, I believe. Because I think there's 30 notes like right by the door. But instead of going right at the start, which right based on where the camera starts you, because I think that's the only world that you have to start by pushing back on the control stick. You go left this way, and there's some notes over here. Get these ones. And there we go. I actually found out that it's apparently faster to jump uphill, but I'm not going to be doing that because that just makes annoying sounds. There we go. If you're wondering also what's with the music, I decided to just splice in the music afterwards because the sound of Kazooie doing the Talon Trot is quite annoying, but we don't want to be here anymore. This world sucks. Actually, this is one of the best worlds, I think. They did a very good job of creating a prehistoric atmosphere that's also kind of funny and charming. I think the reason that I like this game so much is probably because of the enemies. Because this game did a very good job with the enemies. I love how fast you run with these freaking shoes. It's ridiculous. But yeah, this game did such a good job with the enemies. I mean, they're so derpy, and they're just like, "Rah, rah," just like that. They just look so ridiculous. So all we want to do in Grunty's Industries is basically just walk in, grab the train switch, and then walk out. It's probably the best way of doing this. And we are going to do this by just taking this, jump as far as I can, and then take the hit, whatever. It doesn't really matter. I have infinite health, and it's probably actually faster to do that. But yeah, if you jump properly, you can jump right on the train switch. I've never been able to do it. And then it opens the train, and then there's a bunch of lag because it has to load. Because I don't think N64 games are all preloaded. I'm not entirely sure. I think Super Nintendo games are. But there's also, like, buffer things. Like the doors in Super Metroid, or like the in Super Mario World. Like, I think that's also a buffer thing. But yeah, you can get into this by like doing a glitch with Clockwork Kazooie eggs. I'm not gonna do that because that's cheating, and I don't like to cheat because that's not fun. But now we're gonna go back to Plateau and just go and hang out and have a good time. And by have a good time, I mean go into the worst world in the entire game by far. I also found out that apparently you can get into the Canary Mary. Actually, you never actually need to transform into the dynamite thing in order to get any percent in this game. Like any percent is in like 70 jiggy. So any percent without like major exploits or glitches or anything like that. And get on this thing and run as fast as humanly possible. While hitting this switch, by the way, it is also possible to go be a massive prick and go and get all the notes and a Jinjo on the way to this thing, which I think is totally breaking the game, and I wish you could skip this cutscene because it takes forever. But I'm just going to be going the noob's way and getting all the notes in this area. This is the area where usually, like, the last time my run sort of fell apart, because I forgot, oh yeah, you need Mumbo to get into the train station, and like, oh yeah, all this other stuff that's like super simple, you should probably know it. But yeah, just run right past the Jiggy and everything. Also, one thing that I didn't find out until yesterday is if you're moving while you're underwater, you actually rise slower. Like, in the sense where I was, where I never actually told Banjo to go underwater. He just sort of, like, went under by falling really far. I also think we get close to all of the notes in this level, if not all of them. I don't think it's all of them, but it might be like 90, which is kind of ridiculous. But we should have 495 coming out of here, I believe. I don't know why I got that warp. You really don't need to. If you come up here and get these, you also need to go near the world entry exit, which I should probably warp there, but whatever. Not too worried about it. But you need to come over here and get these notes. And this is the thing that I would, like, really forget in a race, is that you need to come over to fuel storage. And I forgot this in my run yesterday. So, yeah. That was kind of a bummer, but whatever. It's not a huge deal. I'll come and get these notes. Dude, I don't want to talk to you. Shut up. Nobody cares about what you have to say, you stupid spaceship thing. And, 20 notes. There we go. I think we're gonna have enough. I'm pretty sure. I think we should have 500 coming out of here. I'm not entirely 100% on that, but it seems like a generally good estimate. The thing that sucks about this is that you need to go to the train station with Mumbo. Mumbo is just terrible. I probably should have gotten that Globo because that probably would have been faster, but whatever. Faster than Mumbo's Globo, I mean. Because everybody has their specific Globos and their fandangled stuff and things. And yeah, you could just jump up ledges faster by using the beak bomb. I don't know if it's actually faster, but it seems like it would be. And massive slowdown. Who doesn't love that? I didn't mean to do that at all. We're gonna go over to Mumbo's because why the hell not? Just go and visit our old buddy Mumbo because he's Wumbo and Jumbo. Yeah. Now I'm actually gonna get this warp and then go to the train station with Banjo because that will probably be faster than actually going there with Mumbo because he just walks so goddamn slow. And he's sped up by Super Banjo as well, but it's not considerable enough to really notice a huge difference. But yeah, just come over here and get the warp, and then warp back to Mumbo's. Not outside the crushing shed. See, sometimes the lag in this game makes you sort of think that like your inputs aren't being read, but they are. So you can sometimes like really overcompensate with the joystick. And this game has like the worst frame rate. Like this. A lot of people say that like the frame rate in this game makes it unplayable. Skip? No, I can't skip it. Yes, I want Mumbo's help. Help me! I need help! I need somebody help! Not just anybody help! I want Mumbo! Because I don't know the rest of this song, I just know that it's a Beatles song and that's about it. Hooray for glitching the camera and then getting feathers while you're glitching the camera. I don't think I need feathers for the rest of the game, in all honesty. Crap. I didn't mean to fall down like that, but... God damn it. I'm on the warp pad. I mean, I'm on the very edge, but I'm on the warp pad. There we go, train station. Take a drink, take a dump. And there we go. We're at 41 minutes, by the way. It's definitely a lot better. I think that's like 10 minutes better at this point than my time yesterday. Because we're almost at the last world. Levitate Chuffy the train. Yeah, but we're getting close to Grunty's Industries. We got to go back with Banjo and Kazooie, beat the boss of this train, and then go to the final world, where we do the best auto-scroller ever. And by best, I mean probably most creative. I mean, it's definitely like a very creative way of doing an auto-scroller level. It's arguably not an auto-scroller, but whatever. I just really like it. I think it's really cool. Also, there's like this train station contains like one of 2 honeycomb pieces that I just like always forget in 100% run, and I think I probably remember them now because I forget them all the time. And wow, the frame rate was actually proper there when I was doing the warp thing. That like never happens in this game where you're actually running at 30 frames per second. It usually looks like really choppy. But it actually probably happens more often with Mumbo than anybody else, because Banjo and Kazooie have 2 different models in this game, whereas I think they're just one model in the original. I'm not entirely sure. I don't really know anything about like game design or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure having 2 models like that as your characters would probably slow the game down. It's probably faster just to run there, I think. Because warping, I mean, there's the lag with the text, and you have to go all the way down to the menu, and then you have to wait for the game to load, and then you have to talon trot. This just seems like it would be faster. And we're gonna go and beat the living crap out of this boss, and probably the last time in the game where we'll use grenade eggs, because they're relatively useless, I think. Most people use them for the final boss. I think ice eggs work better. Just because, why the hell not? Also, there's a funny thing you can do with the final boss, and just like stand on top of her drill. I'm probably gonna try and do it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to maintain that though. Old King Cole, grubby boiler monarch. Oh, old King Cole. And the funny thing is with infinite health, the final boss is just a joke. There we go. There he is. Here she goes. There she goes again. Oh, I can skip the first one, but I can't skip the second one. Okay, well, I guess that wasn't text associated with, like, the game or anything like that. You have to lead him a little bit, which can be kind of awkward. Arr, I don't need arms to beat you. I just love the look on his face when he has no arms. It just looks so ridiculous, I think. And while he's, like, doing his... he's, like, very, very vulnerable. Sit down and talk about this. And he does it right in front of me. It just makes it super easy for me. Okay, okay, you win. And we're not gonna get the Jiggy because that makes the game lag. And you don't really need to beat this area. Really, like, I love how this game has very optional bosses. I mean, you can beat this entire game, any percent, by... I'm pretty sure you can, at least. But I'm pretty sure you can beat this game any percent without fighting any bosses other than Klungo and the final boss. That includes Old King Cole. I believe Old King Cole is the boss that gives you the most Jiggies, mostly indirectly. And I think he gives you 12, which would be 1 for beating him, 10 in Grunty's Industries, because I don't think you might be able to get 1 without beating this boss. You might be able to get the one that requires like glide and beating the little missile things that are following you everywhere. The one like on the first floor. There might be like one on the top floor you might be able to like glitch into a fly pad to get, but I honestly have no idea. And here's where we're gonna get the last of our notes, because why the hell not? And we need 505, which shouldn't be too hard. Oh, Jesus. There we go. It's kind of annoying with these enemies just sort of busting around here. I think there's only one of them, actually. But, yeah, basically we just need to walk to Jam Jars, and then we're good. The hardest thing about this run is actually remembering how many notes you need for each power-up. And by each power-up, I mean like the 2 sets of boots that you get. Claw Clamber boots, we're good to go. Class dismissed. And now we just need to split up and get the hell out of here. Unfortunately, there's no warp to get out of this world. It's kind of weird. And also, you can prevent damage with Banjo. I just, like, punched my microphone. Holy crap. But you can prevent damage with Banjo by just using his double jump right before you land. Actually, I think that if you jump after you use the pack whack, it doesn't prevent fall damage. But if you just use the pack whack, then it does. And now let's just get the hell out of this world. And yeah, that makes a warp appear. But unfortunately, you have to raise the door, and it's basically a moot point because there's no warp outside. Which would be cool because you might be able to like if there was a warp outside, you might be able to get in with a clockwork egg. Clockwork eggs always make me think of that song or that album, Like Clockwork by Queens of the Stone Age. That's a very good album if anybody hasn't heard it. Like, I'm a pretty big Queens of the Stone Age fan. I didn't really listen to them that much until like maybe a year and a half ago. But like, once I sort of got into them, I was like, holy crap, this is like the best band ever. I'm not going to be able to do this under an hour. I'm going to guarantee that right now. I'm about 20 minutes ahead of where I was the last time when I did this. But that's pretty considerable if you really consider it. But I'm definitely not going to do this in under an hour. I'm probably going to split this up into 3 relatively equal segments. Actually, I said bye at one point, so I'll probably just split it there and then... Wow, way to screw up jumping, Banjo. This is what I mean about, like, lag, just eating your inputs. And then... Oh. The swap cloud didn't work and he just jumped off the switch instead. You don't even need the wing whack. Wow. I thought you needed the wing whack for that. And now you can actually jump in between the lasers. I'm not good enough at this game to actually do that, so I'm not gonna bother. But all you have to do is run around the back here and hit this switch. It doesn't take too long. Maybe like 20 seconds total. Unless you fall in the goop, which if you're going over that ledge, then you're probably gonna fall into the goop. The funny thing is Banjo and Kazooie together, I don't think can get across that gap. I also, like, can I just say that the camera in games like Banjo-Tooie, I don't know really that much about Banjo-Kazooie because I've only played what I played on that one stream, which probably isn't even up yet. But games like Donkey Kong 64, like basically all the rare 3D platformers have such a better camera than the Nintendo 3D platformers. Like, if you look at Ocarina of Time, I mean, they didn't do a bad job with the camera, but it's definitely not as good as a game like this. And I mean, it was kind of hard to do a good job with a game like that because you had to use your C-stick to like, do whatever. You had to use your items with it, and, like, up was zoom in, which it usually is. Oh god, I didn't see which one was which. I'm gonna go with that one. Okay, well that was randomly lucky. Now this is the one where you, like, he will always hit you with a potion if you just continue in the direction that you're running, which is kind of a fuck you, but you can see which one he is because he doesn't move, and this thing sort of split off of him. It's kind of really awkward. Look at the angles that he has to throw the potions at, especially when you're going to the right, like, because he's right-handed. I'm left-handed for throwing, so that would probably help me. Okay, I see which one it is. When he has 4, it's kind of a little bit difficult to see which one is the right one. And if you hit the wrong one, then he's going to go through another potion cycle of throwing potions at you, which is kind of annoying. We just crossed the 50-minute mark. Klungo had enough. He's reconsidering his career as a minion. Oh, I can't skip this. Okay, well, that's kind of awkward. Yeah, I really can't skip this. I don't know why I had to check again. And now it's time for the greatest auto-scroller in video game history. That actually has a lot of RNG, surprisingly. First of all, the questions are randomly generated. And last time I did this, I actually got a question that I'd never seen before, or even a type of question that I'd never seen before. Basically what it was is the question was like, what question, hard question, what number question is this? and it was 228, and I just randomly guessed it right. And you could totally break this by skipping the words. What name is on the locker that you can enter in? It was Davy Jones. I think you press B to buzz in. But basically, every time that it does one of these scene from the game things, it wastes about 5 seconds because it has to load. I'm just gonna go and try and guess what it is. Let's see. Planet was not one of them. You want to wait as long as possible to do your input. Wait, what? What was left of the moon? Oh. I was guessing which one wasn't there. You can't see the question if you guess it beforehand. I'm not gonna guess this because this is either gonna be Guffo or like what was the brand of tomatoes, I'm pretty sure. What brand of salted snack treats? Oh, I have no idea. Blob Elba is the biggest motherfucker because she will always, like, buzz in before you can see the question. Sometimes the AI for this is really brutal. I'm just gonna try and guess and see. It's the Chompasaur. Yeah. I can't believe I actually knew that. What can be found in the Isle of Hags Quagmire area? A railway bridge. But I'm gonna wait. There we go. You'll accept that. Sure. By which method could you travel around Cloud Cuckoo Land? God damn it. See, freaking Blob Elba, like, how many alien kids in Hailfire Peaks were there? There were 3, I believe. I'm pretty sure. 2 dead and 1 was a baby, I'm pretty sure. What was Witchy World's inflatable castle called? Dude, I pressed B! Like, this is why I hate this, because, like, you press B, and then, like, the AI gets to go before you. What does it unearth? A Jiggy. Not an alien kid, I'm pretty sure. It's also called an oil derrick. I'm pretty certain. In Grunty's Industries, what is wrong with the weldar and the welding thing? He is blind. He's not actually blind, but he's very poor vision. Not bad. Which of these wasn't a problem that Pterodactyl Land's dinosaur family had? Too big. And yeah, you have to really know the game to know the answers to all of these. I don't know the answers to every single one. Water pipeline in Grunty Industries was blank. Jolly Rogers. Was waste disposable plant comes from where? Oh shit, I think it was Hailfire Peaks. No, it was oh god, that was dumb of me. How many daughters did Tip Top have in Jolly Rogers Lagoon? I think it was 19. Yes. Which is just ridiculous. He had 1 son. What are the names of Mr. and Mrs. Ice Cube? It was George and Mildred. I knew that before the answer popped up. Because I got that one yesterday. A lucky guess. How does Banjo get inside the kickball? It doesn't matter. Disguised as a Stony. Yeah. Speedrunning tactics is just to buzz in and get the question right. Hopefully, at the end. Standard of dumbness. With a hopeless score of -1. Yeah, that is the standard of dumbness. Now, apparently it's very rare that Blob Elba will beat Minghella in this, from what I've heard. Who gets squashed? I am holding my drink. I can't do the skip. Apart from Davy Jones, all the lockers and... Dude. Ugh. I buzzed in, goddammit. What did the nice Oogle cavemen need in Pterodactyl Land? They needed, food and warmth. Food and drink would probably be like a pretty good guess for that. Take a look at the screen and waste some time because loading. Yay. 10. I'm gonna guess that was the answer, or Madam Grunty. Oh shit. I actually don't know. That was a lucky guess. I'm surprised she didn't say a lucky guess. Let's take a look at the screen. Sure. Which was the furthest right? I don't know what that is. I'm gonna wait for the question. Which Fridge Meg was the furthest right? I actually don't know if it was Jet Force Gemini or Perfect Dark. Well, now I know. I'll wait, because you get a free 10 seconds when she buzzes and gets it wrong. And just stall for time. Do. I love this music because it's so stereotypically quiz show. It's just great. Let's look at the screen and waste even more time. That last question took like 30 seconds. Hey, look, it's the same scene as before. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. How many flashing lights were there? There were 10. Because I just know that answer off the top of my head, apparently. I don't know how. Okay. Which dinosaur type is not seen in Pterodactyl Land? Velociraptor, I believe? Yeah. I seem to remember pterodactyls and stegosauri. Stegosauruses? I don't know. Z-D-O-W-E-S-R-A. Z-D-O-W. How did I know what she was gonna ask? Here's a scene from the game. I probably should have stalled a little bit more. I think that guy's name is Mr. Pants. Kind of looks like something from, what was that show? God damn it. Sketched Out or something? Where do you find this TV? Boggy's Igloo. I do know that. Is she gonna get 0? That would be really funny if she got 0. What was the name of the frozen explorer in Hailfire Peaks? His name was Saberman because that was the first Rare game ever made, I believe. And I think that was I know that was like a callback to some of their earlier franchises. I love how the timer keeps going while she's talking. So like, if you speed up the text, you actually get more questions asked. How many arches were not blocked? That was a random guess. I honestly don't know. Who can't Humba change Banjo into? A crocodile. I've never seen her change Banjo into a crocodile. I believe in the first game, you got changed to a bee. How many areas were found? Almost super sacred? I don't actually know. Just wastes time. Oh, the thing's done. Well, buzz in and answer quickly, because, fuck. 1 point, I suppose. Well, she got 1 point. That was better than I expected her to do. We'll finish the rest of this next time. Bye, everybody.